Yo, what up, everybody? You are now listening to a new episode of Behind the Baller podcast. This is episode 68. Yes, it is the weekend wrap-up. I am your host, Ben Baller, also known sometimes as Odesu. Some people call me the Korean Bruce Willis, but I call myself the Washed Lord. What's good, everyone? Ah, man. Today's Monday, but it might as well have been Thursday or any other day because it doesn't even fucking matter, right? Never in our lifetimes has shit been shut down this long. I'm starting to get a little spacey in the head. Like, no lie, I have stayed indoors for a very long time. But yesterday, to keep my kids from going insane, but I think more so from my wife, like her sanity, right? We took a drive down the coast. We jumped in the washed van. I sanitized it just in case. Got all the supplies and the shit ready just in case. And I loaded up the Yang Gang and we headed towards Malibu. But like deep though. Trancas. I'm saying Trancas Beach. Motherfuckers just even took up Trancas Beach now. But anyways, you know, I had the EpiPens, toilet paper, dude wipes, all the shit that we need, you know, all the essentials, right? Eventually, I want to get a full conversion Sprinter van. You know, you Google that later, conversion van. And, or maybe just get an RV and just take drives around. If another pandemic ever happens again, I'll be legit. And when they say you need to stay at home, I'll be staying at home because those vans have a kitchen, a bathroom, a bed. You know what I'm saying? Like, them shits are lit. Like, I've been wanting one for a minute, and you know, a lot of shit I held back from buying, you know, this during these times. So anyways, we took a safe drive down the coast, windows up and all. Had the recirculating air going on, the air filtration in the car. It's nice, perfect temperature. Everything was perfect. And we took a ride from Trancas Beach, Malibu, all the way to Santa Monica. It's been a while since I've done that. The kids loved it. Right before we took the drive, I filled up gas at the gas station for $2.40 a gallon, which is the cheapest, I think, in maybe 15 or 20 years. It's crazy. I can't think of the last time I filled up for that low. So let's just get the bullshit out of the way, all right, quickly. You know shit is fucked up, all right? Like, we really got the CDC and the Surgeon General now doing the flip the switch challenge, all right? 5 or 6 weeks ago, the Surgeon General said, do not wear a mask. There's no need to. It's not going to help you. Save them for healthcare workers who need them, which makes no fucking sense at all. So even for those who know how to properly rock their PPE gear, like, first of all, do you know how fucking easy it is to explain how to properly wear PPE? Okay? It could be done in literally less than 1 minute. All right? So anyways, that stupid ass warning led to millions of people believing we didn't need masks, all right? When all these other countries that have successfully worn masks and contained shit and prevented shit, okay, I obviously stated here that they were wrong. When they made that statement, when the Surgeon General made that statement, I went completely against him. You guys remember that, right? Okay? And I got thousands of fucking dumb fucks and just complete miserable cocksucking cunts in my DMs, in my tweets, in my comments, telling me that I was wrong. Okay? Even fucking healthcare people. You should no, bitch. You should fucking suck this ass. Okay? So now what? Guess who's wrong now? Who's wrong? Wait, no, who was right? Okay, so now the CDC states that in a week or less, they will ask all Americans to wear an N95 mask, or I guess any mask in general, right? To prevent and calm all this shit down. There's obviously a shortage of masks. We'll get into that in a second. My wife began personally sewing custom-made masks using an air conditioner filter for a filter in them. She did this for our friends and family who work in healthcare. I've told you a bunch of times. We have relatives who are nurses, RNs, LVNs, doctors, we have ER doctors. And by the way, the nurses, because the doctors aren't, and listen, of course the doctors are important, but they're not dealing with the patients, like the infected COVID patients like the nurses are. The nurses are the fucking superheroes. They're in there changing the shit pan, fucking giving the IV, administering the medicine. They're there 90% of the time, and the doctor's there 10%, right? And of course we need them all. But my wife is making masks for them, and all of our family and friends are telling them that they desperately need these masks, all right? That they have no masks left. One of our friends is an ER doctor, and she said there's been crazy internal theft inside the hospital going on. Like, not just employees, but like regular people, they're stealing masks and taking them home. So my wife is making as many as possible. Obviously, you know, if you didn't know, my wife owned a bikini line before, so she sews. It's so crazy because there's so many things my wife loves to do, and I just never ever got into it. Like, showed her that my mom sewed dresses for a living. It was a master fucking champion fucking seamstress and the whole nine. There's two things my mom knows how to do is fucking sew a dress and cook. Those are two fucking things, right? And my wife happens to love sewing and stuff. My wife went to fashion school. She graduated from fashion school. Anyways, going on, she's making as many as she can. I have some spare N95 masks that she's going to use as filters. She could just insert them in as well. And bottom line is it's helping. She's doing her contribution to society. And one of my boys, who is a respiratory therapist at a hospital, he's like, yo, I got one mask left. So I'm like reusing it and stuff. So like this can be over that to kind of protect it and kind of give, it just helps, okay? On the whole other end of the fucking spectrum, I've been in the middle of some private emails of billionaires who are searching and are selling masks. Okay. I have spreadsheets in my emails I've seen of 10 to 12 million masks. This is just one deal, by the way. 10 to 12 million masks that are spread apart amongst 5 different warehouses. And this is in the USA. Okay. What I'm trying to tell you is 10 to 12 million masks are sitting inside warehouses in America waiting to be sold in the private sector, right? And these masks cost like $2 to $3, $3.50 max in the wholesale resale space. Okay. But the prices I'm seeing that they're selling for is like $5.50 to $8 a mask. Okay. That's literally over $50 million in profit. It's unbelievable. And I could have made $10 million to middleman that deal, right? And some of you motherfuckers are like, why wouldn't you? Why didn't you? I would have did it. Because I didn't want to book the presidential suite in hell. All right. I want to sleep at night knowing I contributed to zero of this fuckery. All right. Listen, there's going to be 1 million infected people in the world by this week. All right. And listen, today, Monday, is an interesting day, right? The incubation day has been met. But today, right? It's been 2 weeks since I tell people. So the incubation day has been met from a lot of people who went into quarantine. Okay. So I bet there's going to be a shit ton of new infections this week. They're all going to occur this week because of that fucking quarantine of 2 weeks. People are like now going to be out. Listen, stay the fuck inside. All right. Don't go out to get no bread or water. Figure some other shit out. Why didn't you fucking prepare for this weeks ago when they said, yo, prepare for fucking 30 days, 40, whatever the fuck it may be. Some of you might have financial issues for it. And I feel sorry for you guys. All right, we'll talk about that later, how I'm trying to help. But you should have bought food sooner, everything else. Listen, a majority of the deaths, FYI, a majority of the deaths in the United States of America now are those who are younger than 45 years of age. And a lot of these people who are getting really fucking sick have never had any fucking prior health conditions, no health issues, no underlying conditions, nothing. All right. I'm sure most of you read or saw a 17-year-old boy in Lancaster, California, couldn't see an urgent care facility because he didn't have insurance, and he felt sick and he had all the symptoms. Well, that boy died due to not having fucking health insurance. All right. It hurts my heart to see shit like this. Okay. And that boy, he got it from his dad, who's an Uber driver, and his dad got it from a passenger riding inside his car. And now this is where it gets tricky. Everyone is feeling it. It's barely been 10 days for the real people in LA, 2 weeks in SF, about what, maybe a week in New York. Okay, New York is fucking out of control. But as you know, like after this week, a lot of paychecks and pay periods will be missed. So there are a lot of people out there who are willing to risk their health to provide for themselves and their families. And that's just fucked up. All right. It's like having to choose between your two kids, right? Which one of your two kids is going to live? Like, can you fucking imagine? The person who's running this country, Trump, like, one, he can't stop denying shit, lying. They have it blatantly. He's a professional, just saying, hey, listen, man, be positive, blah, blah. Motherfucker, how are we supposed to be positive? You're running amok. You're fucking everything up. Oh, man, we're going to save 2.2 million people. He just said, yeah, but you still could have saved, 95,000 people had you fucking locked up the borders in January and figured this shit out. But now you're worried. And now this is fucking just going to fuck your whole shit up. All right. There are zero conspiracies here in this podcast. All right. I've been telling you guys about China's numbers and their death toll. And Chinese people are so fucking mad at me. I'm on Asian sites fucking trolling people because I'm like, fuck them. They're like, why are you spreading lies? Why? You have no proof. You must love Donald Trump. No, you fucking idiots. I hate Donald Trump. Why the fuck? Listen, if I lived in Korea, right? That's where I reside. And that was where my passport was from. And the numbers were bad there, the death toll. I wouldn't give a fuck how bad it represented my own country. Okay. I got to let fools know. And that's the difference. China won't let their people speak. It's really fucked up. And with that said, there's a Shanghai news outlet that reported this last week that they saw over 5,000 urns being delivered to a funeral home in Wuhan. And that was just in a period of 2 days, okay? Wuhan they only reported 2,500 deaths total since January, what the fuck it is. It's almost 3 months, okay? The problem is, again, those urns were delivered within 2 days of orders. That was it. What about the other fucking 70, 80, 90 days? All right. And there's plenty of orders that were taking place. And like I said, there's tons of crematoriums in Wuhan and a lot more funeral homes, right? There's like 8 or 9 other funeral homes that had ordered urns too. And if for some of you guys, you're like trying to understand, okay, why the fuck does it matter, the urns, right? If there's 2,500 deaths, that's 2,500 urns. All right. You put the ashes inside the urn, right? Okay. Now, 5,000 were ordered just in 2 days for one funeral home. And then some of you guys are probably asking right now, okay, well, who cares? Now, again, why the fuck would one funeral home have even 2,500 deaths? All right. That one funeral home in the entire fucking area is the only one that had all those deaths. All right. But that one place ordered 5,000 just in a couple days. So all you skeptical fucks who are asking yourself now, what does that mean? Well, I'll tell you what it means. So fellas, all you guys here who have a girlfriend, fiance, or wife, okay? Let's say you're going on a trip and let's just say you're going to Vegas for a week, okay? And let's just say your wife wanted to surprise you and leave a little letter inside your suitcase. And then as she, goes in to leave the letter in your suitcase, she finds a box of condoms. Okay. What are you going to do? You can be like, oh, well, I just had them. Babe, I wasn't fucking anyone, And you could try to defend yourself and be like, listen, I didn't fuck around on you, I haven't even left yet, All right, cool. So this is my question, or this is her question. Why do you have condoms in your suitcase? All right, do you guys understand the correlation? Do you feel me? The same energy. Why the fuck are they ordering all the motherfucking urns? All right, that's just real talk. Speaking of the current situation in China, currently there are riots going on at the borders of the Hubei district because the police won't allow Hubei residents to leave their district. You know what I'm saying? They're right there at the borders. They don't want motherfuckers because they know there's a gang of motherfuckers still sick, but the economy is all fucked up and the government wants people to fucking try to see shit moving around, electricity on and everything else, and try to give, some hope to people. But people know it's fucked up. All right? Shit ain't back to normal. All right? It's all more lies. It's fucked up. I know some people are like Shanghai or like in Beijing, like, oh, okay, cool. Listen, those people, it might be chill by now, right? But you gotta remember, there's 12 million motherfucking people in Wuhan, all right? And I don't know how many in fucking Hubei, but it's a group of people, multi-millions. There's still a lot of motherfuckers that against it. There's gonna be another fucking outbreak, I'm sure, all right? It's fucked up. I forgot what the fucking doctor's name is, the epidemiologist doctor, fucking specialist that works at the White House. He predicts a real number at 100,000 deaths from COVID-19 this year. All right, that's way more than the flu is going to have this year. Flu's going to cap at like, what, 45, 50,000, double that shit. And again, we still don't have a vaccine for coronavirus. They got a vaccine for the motherfucking flu and influenza, okay? So what does this all mean again? Stay the fuck inside. Wash your hands. Wash your ass. And what? Yeah, you already know, say it. Don't eat ass. All right? I got so many people who've been apologizing to me daily for the last week. They're like, yo, I really didn't think it would get this bad. I mean, what the fuck did you think this was? You thought it was a fire alarm? Look, man, Trump is fucking terrified right now. He's so scared because one, he's got a ton of dead bodies on his term, right? And he's got trillions of dollars being lost on his watch, no matter what kind of fucking bailout. All right. And you know what I say? I say, too bad, orange face shithead. So martial law, right? Why the tanks? I have no fucking idea. Tanks definitely ain't there to deliver food. I'll tell you that. And if shit gets bad, and I'm seeing places like Crate and Barrel and fucking Pottery Barn and shit, they're boarding up their stores right now. People are prepping, right? And you should be prepping too. But I will say this, Trump made it pretty obvious he doesn't want to quarantine anyone, like the real deal, like federal quarantine. He doesn't want to enforce it. And now he's scared about the economy. So that makes it even worse, all right? But there is a law in New York City right now, so far as I know, that if you're running around for no reason, you can get a $400 citation. Might possibly be a misdemeanor. It's definitely some kind of infraction. So stay inside, stay at home. New York infections have gotten fucking so bad. It's insanity. It's a hot spot. You know, they've said anybody that's left New York City in the last couple of weeks should quarantine for fucking 2 weeks. You really need to quarantine for a fucking month. All right. But people are fleeing the tri-state area, and some of them are going to North Carolina, like Lauren Size said her dad was. I was reading on the news, like, why the fuck did you go to North Carolina? Like, why don't you motherfuckers stay home and just stay inside? You can't get it if you're inside, or if you do have it, you could fucking just be at home and quarantine and just try to do something. I don't know, man. You guys don't realize that some of you or a lot of you are already infected. You have no idea at all that you're infected because you know what? You have no symptoms. But guess what? You're still contagious. In fact, the ones that are carrying the fucking virus and are the most infectious are the most fucking contagious. They don't even have any symptoms. It's frustrating. All right? And now for a heartbreaking story. On March 11th, which was just a couple weeks ago, there was these 7 guys who played, I don't know how many played at St. John's University, but definitely a few of them did. And, they're just like old teammates and stuff. And they wanted to have a small, chill get-together for a friend of theirs' birthday party. All right. One of the guys is 49. All of them are very close in age, right? Which is really close to my age. Okay. So they got some food. I think they got a cake. They played some basketball in a gym in Harlem. I think they smoked some cigars. They kept it really light and just chill. Right? All 7 of the attendees of this birthday party got infected, and 2 of them died. None of them had health, no prior health issues. And they were just like, hey, we didn't think it was that serious. We didn't think it was that bad. This shit is so fucking serious. Okay? And with that said, here's a PSA. Ain't nobody safe from this virus or the shitty ass downfall of our economy under Trump's reign. People still trying to work, who are willing to risk other lives and are being reckless. And hold on, even some business owners are trying to force people to work at a non-essential job which is basically just putting yourself at risk to be sued for way more money, right? And again, get people sick and possibly have people die. The couple of weeks of paychecks to risk all this shit ain't worth it, okay? Everyone is going to feel the pain, rich or poor. That's why guys like Jordan Belfort are crying about this shutdown. But I'll put my family's health before dollars, always. You got enormous brands, most major hotels, and a lot of restaurants will be put out of business by summertime. Yeah, I know it sucks. But let's just focus on getting everyone healthy first. All right. After that, then we work on getting it all back. All right. I know a lot of people are like, oh man, it's easy for you to say you got money. Listen, man, I didn't always have money. And I'm closer to your guys' income than the billionaires that are out there. All right. More importantly, I put myself in this position. Nothing was by luck or accident. Okay. I've been broke before. All right. I'd never make fun of someone who was broke or someone who was doing bad because I've been there. Be smart. Be safe. Miles, please hit the good people with some Lakey-inspired beats. So the last few episodes, I have told you guys about our new sponsor, Acre Gold, our official subscription platform for gold. Now, there's a lot of uncertainty with markets, and having gold is important to have just in case shit really hits the fan. Acre Gold lets you make small monthly payments and then sends gold straight to your doorstep every few months. I encourage all of you to sign up so that you're putting money into different formats that will increase during shitty times like these. It's valuable to not just rely on any bank account or paper money. This is something I wish I did in the last recession. To encourage you to invest in yourself, we are running a contest. First 100 people that send their subscription receipt to Ben Baller Pod on Twitter or Instagram along with your name and address will get a free Ben Baller sticker sent to them as a gift from Behind the Baller podcast. Here are the benefits of Acre Gold. It's affordable. You don't have to pay out of your pocket all at once. It's convenient. Physical gold bars mailed to your doorstep. Acre branded gold is the highest quality, designed in California and minted in Switzerland. Subscribe for $30 or $50 a month. Once your gold stash reaches the price of a 2.5 gram Acre gold bar, they will discreetly ship your gold. You're in control. You can easily cancel or modify your plan to suit your needs at any time. Find out more by going to getacregold.com/baller. Make sure you go to that URL because Acre is giving away a gold bar at the end of March if you tweet why you should be the recipient and mention at @get_Acre. Acre is the sponsor of this Behind the Baller podcast episode. getacregold.com/baller. Sign up and send that subscription receipt to @BenBallerPod now. So what up, y'all? We're doing fan questions right now. And this is the part where you leave a 5-star review on the Apple Podcast page. I'm noticing way more fucking questions this time than ever. So let's just jump right into this shit. SI Motors writes CD19 messaging update. Ben, love the podcast, love the stories, recognizing that we are just in the beginning of this CD19 pandemic. I think the public needs to hear a few steps on how to protect themselves while taking care of a loved one. If a close family member, a child or grandmother, etc., contracts CD19, people need to have a plan and some sort of knowledge of how to treat them, at the same time protecting themselves. Please use your reach to spread the message in addition to current self-distancing and hand-washing messages. It seems like a broken record, but necessary. People cannot relax around this pandemic. Stay well, stay real. Wes M. Brother, I think you've just repeated yourself pretty much. If someone contracts the fucking virus, let me tell you something real quick. If you didn't even know and you've been in contact with everyone in your house, I'm going to tell you this, man. I'm so sorry, man. The chances of everyone having it is probably 100% likely. All right. It's going to be really high in the 90s, right? So at that point, if someone's not showing any symptoms, that doesn't mean they don't have it. So they just got to quarantine them. If you have another room in the house where they can't be seen or whatever, or something, I don't know, where they can wipe down the fucking plates they use and everything else and all that shit and have some sanitizer and everything else. If you got none of the fucking the preventative stuff, but you have at least soap, then maybe, you just got to be careful how you touch your face, touch your nose, your eyes, your mouth. Stop all that shit. Write fucking Post-its over the house. But stop that shit. But you're right, Wes. JessBeast27 writes, take my mind away from COVID. Hey, Ben, just wanted to ask a question to take our minds off all this hysteria. If you had to live anywhere else in the U.S. besides Cali and or Seattle, and NY area, where would it be? I've been in Dallas for my adult life, and I just can't find a better bang for my buck around the States. Just wondering. Hope you and the fam stay safe and healthy. Much love. Oh, and you are right. LOL. Juan E., Dallas, Texas. Let me tell you something real quick. I would never motherfucking live in Seattle. I love Seattle, love the team, everything else, but that is nowhere. That was something because I was out there so much, it wasn't making sense to spend money on a hotel all the time and waste that money. So I just had a condo there. So you're talking about best bang for your buck, and that means that San Francisco is not going to be it. Neither is the East Bay. So I would personally maybe live in Atlanta, but there's just so much fucking disease and crazy shit going on in Atlanta. I don't know. And Miami's nice too, and it's cheap, but there's so much bullshit going on over there. So I would say maybe fucking go to, Virginia. Then again, it gets fucking freezing cold and it snows. So, it's a fucked up situation. Don't really know. The Police guys, right? Definitely worth a listen. Been a fan since day one and gonna continue to be. Been a big fan of Onyx since I was 13. I'm 24 now, so I'm really surprised. It really surprised me that you used to roll with them back in the day. Do you have any crazy stories? Do you guys still have a relationship? Have you made them any jewelry? If you're 24 now, that was only 11 years ago, so you've been a big fan of Onyx since fucking 2009? Like, bro, the last hit was in like the mid 90s, bro. Like, fuck, man, that was 25 fucking years ago. Anyways, shit, that's crazy. I saw Fredro a few months ago. I ain't seen Sticky Fingers in a while. Crazy stories. I think I mentioned one. Did I mention one in my K-Town Hustler series? I think I did. If you've been a fan since day one, you listen to my K-Town Hustler series, I was real high with Sticky and Fredro, and we went to a fucking club where that dude Santana, Merlin Santana, whatever, he's on that TV show. I forgot what the fucking show was. With Steve Harvey and Cedric. Anyways, we were out at this club, man. A motherfucking big ass fight broke out, and fucking I almost said something wrong, but one of the homies had jumped on Merlin Santana, caused a lot of drama. That motherfucker got killed after that shit. It was crazy. Anyways, I was with Sticky the night that Biggie Smalls got killed. I was with fucking Sticky and Fredro when I met Biggie Smalls. They introduced me to him. So I don't know. There's without saying too much, those are some quick stories. RJ Han writes, love the podcast. Quick question. You've been mentioned that Chingu is one of your favorite movies. Any thoughts on Chingu Part 2? Chingu Part 2 was fucking really good. It did its job. I liked it a lot. The lead of Chingu 2, with the lead little young kid, he's a little too cute for me. Kind of soft. He did his part, you know what I'm saying? But he was just a little too... But that's the way Korean shit is, you know what I'm saying? You look like you suck dick and... whoop some ass. I don't know. I would have fucked that dude up here. I don't give a fuck what kind of gang he was in. But yeah, it's a trip. I like Chingu too. I watch it a ton of times too. It was, anything Korean with gangsters, and I liked it a lot, man. It was a good movie for sure. 100% great movie. Pertuz 22, Pertuzz 22 writes, Q&A. What's good, man? I'm Pete from New Jersey. What's the chances we'll ever see a BBX Arsham jewelry collab? You know what, man? Daniel Arsham has been wanting to make this piece for him for a while. Not going to tell you what it is. And there's a very good chance. When, I don't know. I'd like it to be sooner than later, but I just don't know. Pweezy66 writes, I work in telecommunications in California. Do you think it'll get to a point where they'll stop operations for essential business? I kind of just discussed that in the intro of this show. So I don't think so, because Trump is too fucking scared now. And that's like the least he can do is try to keep it going. But if people start rioting, people start tripping, Again, I have no idea. Grudging Drought writes, essential versus non-essential. Writes, so my company says we're essential workers and it's business as usual. We're not in the healthcare industry, but we're in the construction industry. What I took from our company meeting when they say that if you feel sick, stay at home, literally meant keep working till you catch COVID-19. I just think that if you are essential, you should have all the proper PPE when you do your job. And if you're considered essential, you should get paid overtime or at least compensated to be put out there in harm's way. What are your thoughts? In construction, it's tough work, man. You know, it's hard work. I'm gonna be real with you, dog. I don't think that you are that you shouldn't be considered to get paid overtime, man. This is some fucked up shit. It's just, it is what it is. You should be blessed that you're being paid. And I'm on your side, dog. Listen, man. You should be blessed that you're being paid while other people are at home dying to work, trying to get paid. But I 100% agree. If you work for FedEx, construction, fucking mail, whatever the fuck you do, you should definitely have a mask and gloves and things like that. And it's tough out there, man. This fucking sucks. I can only pray for you, homie. Rook Established 19XX writes, what up, Ben? Love the pod. Looking forward to the K-Town Hustler Series 3. Always appreciate you keeping it 100 with us. My question for you is, if you had an opportunity to sit down and have a meal with anybody in the world today, dead or alive, who would it be? Man, bro, it'd have to be Bruce Lee, dog. It'd have to be Bruce Lee, you know, and I think he would have changed my entire, I wouldn't be fucking doing what I do probably, but it'd be Bruce Lee or Bob Marley, and I just want to get all that spirituality from them, man, and it'd just be fucking amazing. I would love to have some Jamaican food with Bob Marley. I would love to have some motherfucking Chinese food with Bruce Lee. It'd be fucking amazing. That's a fucking good question there, man. Jerry Moleskin writes, favorite podcast, number one. Ben, I've been following you since around 2008. Love your podcast. Your COVID-19 coverage has prepared me very well in advance. Thank you. I wasn't lucky to get any N95 masks, though. Hook me up, player. My 66-year-old mother lives with me. If I could get an extra mask, Sherry, I will fucking make sure that Jordan or Miles or one of the Dust Brothers contacts you, man. Appreciate you. Randy S. writes, Ben, best podcast out there. Have you ever owned any old school Chevys, lowriders, or muscle? Keep killing it with the pod. Yes, I had a 69 Chevy SS, had a 71 Chevy Chevelle SS, and I had a 64 Impala. All three cars I barely drove. I loved them. I wanted to fucking get in, but they just were too much upkeep, and there was always a problem with something. People were like, oh, they were great, and it just, after a little while, they just something, you know what I mean? They ain't meant to sit around. 206 Jesus writes, yo, what up, Ben? Sun and love and prayers on behalf of all the Hispanics in Seattle. My question is, how did you and George Lopez become so tight? What's the highest you vatos have ever gotten? I don't know, man. George just had a lot of respect, I guess. He just showed, I don't know what the fuck it is, man. George just showed mad love. He's tried to put me on some TV shows. He's just always been a good dude. He's a solid motherfucker. I think the highest we ever got was driving to a Dodgers game. We just kept hitting the motherfucking joint, the pen, everything, and just got lit and just got fucking super fucked up. And that's it. I love George, man. George Lopez is a fucking amazing guy. Bruce Tran 524 writes, art, COVID-19, Asian discrimination. This is a long motherfucking thing right here. Ben, not sure if you consider yourself as an art collector, but in our eyes you are, with the deep ties with creators like Murakami Kaz. Your impressive Bear Brick collection and much more, probably chill in the $1 Million Man Cave. I know you've been talking with Sotheby's, which is a huge player in the art world. Have you ever thought in investing and collecting some bigger blue chip artists like Picasso, Warhol, Basquiat, or more? What would you say is the artwork you are most proud of getting involved in before them shooting up or not? Also, thanks for keeping us informed about the COVID-19. Been up on that thanks to you as a fellow Asian. What do you think about the Trump calling the Chinese virus Kung Flu, making us targets for discrimination? My mom's got harassed at an intersection in Orange, California the other day. Not cool. Bruce, blue chip artists. I have a Warhol and I have Basquiat. Don't want to get too deep into it because it sets up Ocean 11 cat burglar shit for my home. What artist artwork would you say you're most proud of having before they shot up? I've had car shit since early 2000s, so that is definitely, big. I haven't had Warhol, even though he was famous. It jumped up on a whole different level because when I bought my Warhol lithograph, it was $25,000. Now it's, in the 7-figure range. As far as Trump calling it China virus Kung Flu, it's just that's just stupid. I mean, listen, I'm not like, I grew up in a different era than a lot of you guys did, right? everyone's saying it makes us targets, man. It's just kind of weird. You know what I'm saying? Like, I believe it because I see it. But at the same time, like, I think maybe we should start trying to fight back. You know, black people did. We need to come back and be like, fuck you. He's ignorant, dog. I don't know what to say, man. The China virus is just, I get it on both ends, right? There's Chinese people I know that are very smart, and they'd be like, listen, man, it came, and I know where he's coming from. I've discussed this a couple times on the pod, and it did originate in China. Yes, is it wrong? No. Is it right? No. It's just, it's just a fucked up situation between everybody. There's no win-win in it. But thank you, Bruce. I appreciate it, man. Pawn to King writes, thank you for creating this informative and motivational podcast. Been listening to your pod while I fight cancer and go through treatments. Listen to your episodes have kept me motivated with chasing my passion during and after this, I beat cancer. Thank you. Hey, Pawn to King, man, I wish you the best, dog. I hope that you do beat cancer. Fuck cancer, and God bless you. May everything work out for you, bro. Nikki Guardo writes, Ben, this is by far my favorite podcast. Been listening since episode 1. I want to thank you for keeping us updated on all the COVID-19 updates. I would like to know what kind of music you've been listening to recently and what your favorite artists and songs are. Have a good one. Be safe. You know, bro, I haven't been listening to anything new. That's for sure. If there's something new that just came out, I might have it, but I still haven't really could tell you anything about it. I know The Weeknd just came out. I haven't got to it. It's one of my favorite artists in the last 10 years for sure. That is for goddamn sure. I've loved The Weeknd, his music. But I listen to a lot of old school shit. I listen to Bob Marley, listen to old rap, anything from like the 90s, 80s, and 2000s. I can't really fucking, that's about it, bro. Much love, Nikki. I wish there's so many questions, man. I wish I had more time to get deep into it. Anton24 writes, best podcast out right now. Yo, Ben, remember the club Get Glam in Fullerton back in 2003 and 2005? No, I don't, dog. I hate to say this, man. Sorry, man. I didn't really fuck with OC until maybe like 07-ish, even though 06 I started going out there, but and Fullerton was like not on my radar at all, dog. So my bad, fam. The Count of Monty Broward. Hey, Ben, how do you feel about hiring someone, putting them on and teaching them the jewelry business, and then they go open their own shop? Or if they come to you after your clientele? Do you believe in non-competes? How have you handled business betrayal, which I think is tougher than romantic betrayal? By the way, South Con and Monte Cristo, it's fire. I heard of the book for the movie Sleepers, but never seen it. Thank you. I haven't hired somebody and put them on like that and taught them the game, and they open up their own shop. I mean, there's Ken and G, but like, I mean, I don't really care, and come after my client. Look, if they came after your clientele and they got your clientele, that was never your clientele. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think I'm in a situation where a non-compete is just, it's not, man. Listen, bro, it's like a pimp game out there. If your bitch chooses me, dog, that's what it is, man. It's just, there's really not much else you could really do. So that's just not really my thing, man. I don't really give a fuck. If I sat and really taught them and went into it like how my cousin taught me and my uncle, all that shit went out to, that's kind of a fucked up situation, But this shit, nah, man, it's some bullshit. JMail19 writes, if you don't know by now, been a fan for a while and appreciate the insight about COVID and prepared hella early thanks to you. One question I have is the C-Cell vape carts. C-Cell is apparently out of Shenzhen, China. I was wondering how sanitary these factories are and if you ever thought about switching to another type of pod, PAX type of hardware to ditch C-Cell. I had a VVS once when I was in Cali and it was A1. Keep it up. Good luck during the tough times. Justin, Massachusetts. Let me tell you something real quick. It wouldn't matter if all that shit was contaminated because by the time it gets through customs and over here, the virus will be gone. That's just so that you know. Even at the super fastest, it might take a week and a half or whatever, and could take 2 weeks through customs, all that stuff. That's beyond. Like the longest I've ever heard of anything living is like 7 or 8 days, and that's done. Going to a pod, PAX type hardware. Guess where PAX is made? Yep, you guessed it, in China. So that answers your question, brother. It is what it is. Detox 760 writes, fire podcast. Yo, what up, Ben? Big fan of yours from the Coachella Valley since I got Twitter in 08. Thank you for all the free game on your podcast. My question to you is, as a UPS driver, what can I do to best prevent myself from catching the COVID-19? I wear gloves and I have no access to a mask. I'm 29 years old. I have a 4-month and twin girl. I have 4-month twin girls at home, and it kills me to know I can have it and not know. I wear a bandana. I know it sounds crazy, but I'd wear a fucking bandana, anything to cover your mouth. Anyone's going to understand at this point right now. I would carry Lysol. I know it sounds crazy, but if you can get it, carry Lysol, spray shit. I'd carry some kind of wipes or anything before you even think about touching your motherfucking face. No matter how fucking itchy you are. I don't give a fuck what it is. Use a clean napkin. Don't use your shirt because you might use it again and have other shit wiped on there and it could live on your fucking fabric for, up to 9 hours or something. You just got to be super careful. You got to make sure you don't breathe anything. You don't come too close to somebody. Be careful what you touch. Make sure you don't touch your motherfucking face without using sanitizer and things like that. And I wish you the best of luck, homie. Tristan the Conqueror writes, love the BBP. Mad value this dude gives to his listeners. Nothing but great information. Some haters are going to be out there saying it's negative, but he spits that real question for you, Ben. What should I do with my money in my checking account right now? I'm hearing of institutions in the UK freezing withdrawals, and I'm concerned the US might pull something like that. Trying to stay on top of the game. What are some other podcasts I should listen to? Of course, only after I listen to BBP. It depends on how much money you have right now. If you have over $250,000 in your account, maybe you might want to diversify so that all your FDIC is insured across the board. Now, as far as freezing withdrawals, I didn't know about that in the UK. I haven't heard it. I don't know. That doesn't mean it's not true. I do know a lot of US banks are putting a cap and letting you only take out $2,000 out of your account. I'm going to be honest with you, man. I think you're safe. But it's good to have cash. Good to have cash around. Jay Bucks writes, Ben, I'm a huge fan. I swear, if we grew up together, I'm loving all this knowledge you've given about the coronavirus and life. I bet I sanitize more than you, LOL. I have a weak immune system, and that's why I don't play around since before the virus. When you were describing the routine, it sounded just like my routine. With the crisis going on, it's impossible to find sanitizer. Can you please send me a few of the Ben Baller sanitizer when it drops? Much love, brother. I got some fucking bad fucking news right now for you guys. Sanitizer company hit me up. Well, the company I made the custom orders with, they pushed it back, said it was July. Now they're saying it's 2021, and then they canceled my order. So, fucking sucks, man. But we're going to figure it out, guys. Don't worry, we will figure it out. John Q. Nguyen writes, Dear Ben, hey, loving the podcast. Was wondering if you're ever thinking about getting Sophia Chang on the podcast. Much love from the Midwest. Sophia Chang's a friend of mine. She's Korean. I'm wondering, why would I have Sophia Chang? I'm just curious. John Q. Nguyen, could you answer that on the next question for next weekend's wrap up? Why would I have Sophia? I'm just curious. It's just weird. She's a fashion blogger. I don't know. You tell me why I think I should have her on. Young Ha from Lil Tay writes, Fan Q, what's going on, Hyung? What are some things you miss about what LA used to be growing up versus what LA is now? One thing is traffic. Another thing is the choice in places. Now there's too many choices, whereas before the choice places just the places that were around were solid. And then when the competition came out, it wasn't about the best lived. It was just, who had best marketing. Just the old school values, man. I really miss being a kid. I really miss just riding around, not really having any responsibility. I have so much stress every single day as a trip. I miss the original Lakers. I miss the original Dodge. I don't know. It's just different, man. I wish I could articulate it better. It's tough. Crypto Boy writes, the realest podcast out there. Hello, Ben Baller, not Ben Humble. My name is Amir Farahani. I made the website for Behind the Baller podcast. I'm working on a GTA style video game with the map of LA that is most of the spots you mentioned in the food episode with the character based off of you as the main character. My question is, would you be interested playing or checking this game out? You know what? I know who this is, man. Yeah, man, that'd be cool, bro. I think that would be that'd be awesome, bro. Thank you, man. Hearns88 writes, thank you for filling us in with all the COVID-19 info. I appreciate you not withholding info from us. God bless you and your family. Wish you strength and health to continue doing what you do from Highland Park, California. Listen, God bless you. God bless Highland Park. You in a gem of an area. Thank you, bro. Appreciate it, man. Moniqueus writes, Monique, hey Ben, kindergarten teacher here. You have an amazing podcast, only podcast I listen to actually, now about COVID-19. Do you think celebrities are living in bunkers during this time? Also, do you believe they're getting paid to say they have the virus since the CDC states that they won't be testing no symptoms individuals? How are they getting tested so easily? Just curious. I know this is very much real. I looked at some of those bunkers, man. They're pretty fucking cool. If I had the money, as a frivolous, just on some other shit, I would think about it. It's pretty cool, but it's kind of far. You're out of there. I mean, I don't know. It's that's a little crazy. I mean, it'd have to get a level above this pandemic for me to even consider it. But there could be. I definitely think that there has to be some people. I don't know if they're celebrities, but I think there's some very wealthy for sure. Do I think celebrities are getting paid to say they have the virus? No, 100% no. For sure, I don't think so. Not at all. How are they getting tested so easily? It is just how I got London to test. It's when you're rich or when you have some kind of juice. I mean, it's easier to get. You're gonna, you're gonna have more access. You're gonna know somebody and know somebody, and you're just gonna get it. It's fucked up. They're gonna choose a celebrity to get tested before anyone else. Darren Boy writes, the best podcast. Yo, Ben, I'm a young dude. I follow you since till 2012. I have a question about masks. What's your opinion on wearing masks versus gloves? This is a respiratory disease. So my understanding is mask is way more important than gloves. But I saw most people wearing gloves, not masks, when I was shopping for groceries. I saw you have the N99. I bought the mask months ago thanks to listening to your pod. Do you recommend listeners to wear masks? 100%. You have to. You have to wear a mask. Is it more important? I don't know. The mask is first the most important, and the gloves is also super important because I wear surgical black gloves, right? That are just like disposable. And I even use sanitizer on those because just in case I touch something, whatever. So you can reuse them and kind of use them as your second hands. And if you get nervous with them, then, I don't know what to say, but it's important. You touch shit, whatever. You might have, your mask off, whatever. You have your gloves. It just go hand in hand, man. Any extra protection is safe. Could never be too safe. Bullet Fist, the realest and most informative podcast. Thank you so much for keeping us ahead of the curve on coronavirus pandemic while others are pushing agendas and are more worried about their bags. You've been very sincere about making sure we stay safe and healthy. My question is on grooming. I am a not naturally bald-headed Asian who needs to shave off his hair to look like a half-decent human being. What brand of razor and shaving cream do you use, and how often do you cut your wig? Looking forward to seeing London Ryder and Kaya outdoing you in the future. Razor. I use a Gillette, a Mach 5. There's like a better one where like the razor actually kind of like it bends now. Like when I say it bends, it like gyrates. It goes all over the fucking place. Shaving cream. There is a company called Baxter in Los Angeles. They're a beauty supply company. They have great all shaving products are great. But for when I'm on the travel or anything else, I use Nivea. Nivea shaving cream definitely works the best. It looks like there's a tiny bit, but it works. And I go straight to the head. Jericho Ramzo writes, burrito battle. What's a better burrito? From the SF Mission District or a burrito from LA or SD? Dope podcast, listening since episode 1. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. I grew up all my life in Los Angeles, and there's places that have good burritos. There's places that have whatever burritos. And then there's places that have whack burritos. SF Mission District, I have to be completely real with you. I have not had one bad burrito in the SF Mission District. But with that said, a very good burrito. Now, going to San Diego, I don't think you can fuck with San Diego when it comes to burritos. I'm going to be real with you. For most of the places I had Mexican food, especially burritos, San Diego took they win. They win, period. And I would say LA it just depends on certain places. Mission District's really good. It's small, but San Diego wins. They're just not fucking around when it comes to burritos. Touch the Ice writes, car questions for the podcast. Hey, Ben, thanks again for all the free game. What's the longest time you've owned a car? How many miles did you put on it? What's the highest mileage car you've owned? Fuck, man. The longest I've had a car was probably my white M5, my E60 M5. I had that car for just about almost 3 years. I might even have it for a little longer than 3 years. I think I put 8,000 miles in that car. And what's the highest mileage car you ever owned? I think that would probably be... Fuck, man. Maybe my Escalade or maybe my M3. I think either one of those cars, I put like 36, almost 40,000 miles on them. That's the longest. And that's crazy, right? Even when I was a broke motherfucker, I didn't put anything crazy on it. It's just what it was. I drove to Vegas and everywhere. D-Boy427 writes, hey Ben, day one listener from Ohio. My question would be, would you be willing to do a man cave overview or a bear brick collection breakdown review? I've been thinking about getting into collecting myself and would love to hear what you've got. Thank you for the great podcast. Keep doing your thing. Best wishes to you, your wife, and your kids for 2020. I'm going to wait until I figure out what the display is going to look like, because right now it's just a temporary display. I was going to do something crazy, but it was a real big expense. It was going to run me about $50,000 to do this display case, and now that's just not smart, no matter how much money you got, just for the situation that's going on right now. So could do something though. It's just not right now. Jones Correa writes, what's good, Chingu? Do you think the army tanks has something to do with the government being scared that people might actually revolt for change, seeing that they want us to go back to work before the Rona contain so they could protect their economy? Also good to hear from the fam. Also good to hear your fam is doing better. I think the tanks are just there to preserve order, period. And if people, do go fuck up or anything else, then they're definitely get involved. That's for sure. They're not there to distribute food. I already said that, man. Mayor West Covina writes, make it a great day. What was it like being neighbors with Tupac? And what was the Beverly Grove like before the Grove was there? Man, the Beverly Grove area was fucking quiet as shit. There was nothing. There was a fucking place called Newberry's I used to go through. There was this Marinello School of Beauty. I used to get a manicure once in a while at Park La Brea. This is before I was met Pac and stuff. There's a place called Andre's, which might still be their Italian restaurant right next to Kmart. I don't even know if Kmart's there anymore because I haven't walked by there in a minute. But it might be what Kmart, be Ross now. Oh, no, Ross is across the street. And there's a Whole Foods there. That's Whole Foods used to be, or no, the CVS is still there. That CVS used to be Save On. I mean, it was just a real chill-ass area. Farmer's Market was always there. I can't remember exactly what was exactly in that one area, but that park, which is right across from me and Tupac's old place, the broadcast center, was a park that, they have a dope gym in there. Used to be a really, really dope graffiti place back in then. I was there in the fucking 80s though, man. Damn, man, you got me thinking of some crazy shit. But yeah, no, Erewhon was there and everything else, and Pac never really ate there, but it was a trip, man. Pac, a real good dude, man. J_Hernandez17, what's up, Ben? All the way from Charlotte, North Carolina. Hey, Ben, I've been listening to the pod since first episode, and I love the podcast. You really drop some knowledge every time. I hope to one day get to meet you. I was so excited when you had mentioned that you were coming to Carolina to watch the Seahawks game, because I was going to be there, but you had other plans. Anyways, my question is, would you go back, if you could go back to a year, what year would it be and why? Oh, and can I get a Ben Baller sticker, man? Please, I want to put one on my MacBook. I'll make sure you get a sticker to put on your MacBook. What year and why? Fuck, man, that's a motherfucker right there, bro. Shit, man, I don't know if I could be that honest with you guys either, bro. Damn. The selfish piece of fucking shit asshole part of me would say, damn, maybe 2017 I could talk my wife out of getting into a third kid, because fuck, it's so fucking tough. But I love Kaya so much. I couldn't trade her for shit. She's the greatest fucking baby in the world, and she's get better and better every day. But damn, 3 kids is tough. And that's like a whatever. 96 when I left Priority to go to Aftermath, I might have stayed on and just became a fucking Rockefeller fucking executive. And look what fucking happened. It'd have been fucking insane, right? I think that probably would have been one of my big things. I would love to go back to 1990. There'd have been some things I changed about my college stuff. And then after that, there was a couple things I didn't really mention. I'll figure out when I do want to mention it, but would have changed a lot with me in playing sports. It's crazy. I don't know. Oz1738 writes, Scante Warrior, hey Ben, how did you get your Bape sponsorship? I'm rocking Bape for a long time. Obviously I know Nigo, whatever, but that's not it. I had connected with the girl who is the owner of Bape Korea. Her uncle is the owner of IT, which is the parent company that owns Bathing Ape in its entirety. We connected in Korea and was super cool, always worked with her and everything else. And then basically I was like one of the very few people she decided to do an endorsement deal with. And pretty much, anything Bape I want to get, and whatever they want to push, they push through me. And it's a beautiful relationship. J956 writes, BBDTC, great pod. What have you realized during this whole quarantine process? whether it's about yourself or life or what you might do different in the future. Also, how can I get or purchase some BB DTC decals? The decals will be free. We'll announce that there. It's part of a show with the promo. As far as this quarantine, you know what's really crazy? I missed out on so much of my kids' life. And even though I am very hands-on and everything else, the deep conversations in the last month have been incredible. Full-on conversations with London. A lot of conversations with Ryder. A lot of observation of them. Really, that important time of bonding is just fucking unbelievable. I think we maybe needed this time, right? Jose from Mount Vernon, movie list. What's up, man? It's PJ from Mount Vernon. Just wanted to say thanks for the list, man. Going to watch the ones I haven't seen ASAP. Finally, a list that isn't typical BS. You think in the future we can get 51 to 100? I'm definitely going to do the 51 to 100 movie list, man. I appreciate you asking for that, man. God bless. Keys Like a Piano writes, thanks, OG. What's good, Ben? I'm from Rochester, New York. Currently living in Portland, Oregon. Been an OG fan of the pod since episode 1 and how you keep it real on here and how mad people get butthurt when you voice your opinion. My question is, how do you deal with such ignorant people and not get so angry? Because motherfuckers be dumb as bricks. Much love and blessings to your fam. Be safe, yo. Rod Hams. Or Radams. Bro, I just got to smoke some weed, man. I take a breath. I forget about it. It's rare that I think about it after sometimes the supreme ignorance. I think about it a little bit longer, but really it goes in and it goes out. It has to. Otherwise, it's unhealthy for me. Liam's Pops writes, blessings. What's up, Ben? I'm from El Monte, California, now living in Arizona. I listened to the pod since day one. You're my number one news outlet for COVID-19, and I'm side by side with you because I have a son that also has a respiratory issue that I'm concerned about. People stay home. Hey, Liam, no question. God bless you. Much love to El Monte. I have some stories about El Monte when I was a little child, and one day if you ask me, I'll tell them to you. Yo, that is it for the questions. That was a lot of fucking questions, by the way. So it's been a while since I said this because I've been changing it up. But a lot of you guys like to quote me on it, so that's why I kind of stopped doing it. But then I realized, it must be fun for the show. So, Miles, can you hit me with a little bit of that lake? So that was a lot of questions. I want to start a new segment on the show called Jackass of the Week. I wanted to call it Dick Fuck of the Week, but that's just too vulgar, right? But so now we have Jackass of the Week, and you guys are all free and welcome to submit to this, right? Just send an email or a tip of a jackass that you think is just deserving to benballerpod@gmail.com. If you see or read about a total jackass, send us an email. And so this week's Jackass of the Week is 66-year-old Virginia resident Landon Spradlin. I think he's a semi-famous fucking country singer. I have no idea. He's also a pastor. I don't know. He downplayed the coronavirus. And he's a pastor at a church. He told all his congregation this was a joke, nothing to worry about. He told everyone the media is just trying to pump out fear. He was a Trump supporter and said that this was just mass hysteria. He posted a bunch of memes on his Facebook page joking about it, saying that people are just fucking taking it way too serious. And, I used past tense because this jackass got the COVID-19 and he died a few days ago. Now, is that disrespectful to mock the dead? No. Fuck no, not at all. He caused and probably infected many others, all right? More importantly, he infected other people's minds, and that's why he won Jackass of the Week, all right? So guys, listen, remember to submit somebody who fits this category, and if we air your jackass, I'll give you credit. You know what I'm saying? And it'll go on the weekend wrap-ups. Some sad news. Neal, the most famous Harlem Globetrotter, died this week. When I was a kid, I was an enormous fan of the Harlem Globetrotters. It was a dream to see them play. I think I even like them more than I like the Lakers. That's how much I fucking love the Globetrotters. They're like, for those of you young guys who have no fucking idea, they're parody pro team. They got amazing skill, like insane skill. They could shoot. They could all play ball. It's like street ball. It's like that Rutgers Park shit, but it's like different. It's not like NBA 2K. It's just, it was a lot of talent. It was just fucking really entertaining. They did a lot of trickery, but I guess the entertainment was incredible, right? They're so famous back in the day that they're on Gilligan's Island. Okay, Gilligan's Island was a fucking huge show in its prime. Okay, if you name another show in its prime, it's not even, look, you could compare it to Fresh Prince, right? But to be honest, for what it was in each respective market, Fresh Prince was kind of still like, it was big after, of course, syndication, but like the audience and everything else, Gilligan's Island was a much bigger show for what it was during its era. It was fucking huge. Anyways, the Harlem Globetrotters were on Gilligan's Island. They were on Scooby-Doo, the cartoon. I fucking love them. Curly Neal was the captain. He was the most famous player on the Globetrotters. And he died. I think he just died of natural causes. Rest in peace. I'll always have fond memories of him. Part of why I don't mind being bald is because of him. What else, man? Oh, I know I've been on Instagram Live a lot lately. And speaking of basketball, I had a great chat with Austin Rivers of the Houston Rockets a few days ago. We talked about all kinds of shit, basketball, cars, everything, right? And one thing we talked about was the fire sale that's about to happen. Rolexes, Ferraris, real estate, art, all kinds of shit is about to be up for sale for cheap. All right, in a few more weeks. I don't think it's the time right now. If you got money saved and it ain't shit, right? You know what I'm saying? Like you're good. Your salary's still good. You're in the gaming industry, whatever fucking business that's not dealt with, affected by the recession. Listen, and you don't need to worry about that paper for a year. This is the time for you to cop. Like in a couple weeks, in a few weeks, even in a month, someone's selling some shit, they're going to have to drop the prices, period. Okay. Attention. Anyone listening to this right now who has 1000% Bear Bricks, Cause art, any older pre-2012 Cause toys for sale, hit me up for real. Hit me on the email, DM me, fucking see whatever. Reach out to me. Trust me, I will cash you out ASAP. All right. Real estate in the prime areas that have great schools will still hold up, right? But you won't see a lot of people buying anyway. But, a lot of those people who have those houses, they're not going to be selling because they're kind of secured and they're not like reckless type people. But I don't think I'm going to see a lot of you're not going to see a lot of buying in real estate, period, for a while. All right. Some of the sharks might come in when they see some shit, but they have to be by a ton to fucking make a real development play and to be a long-term play, not a short-term play. A lot of people who closed escrow in the last couple weeks have definitely all backed out of their deals. That's for fucking sure. I had a friend of mine, unfortunately, she was selling her house and she was moving and fucking shit backfired and just fucked up with fucked up time. And now the price ain't going to be the same. It's a really fucking bad time. All right. This just ain't the fucking time for none of that. The days of just wanting to own a home, just to own a home, ain't right now. All right. Again, though, some neighborhoods will be okay. Just got to withstand the storm, but some areas will drop. All right. Beverly Hills definitely ain't safe. All right. A lot of people Beverly Hills is so fucking overpriced. So is Bel Air. There's some people out there that don't matter. They're good. They're good for 10, 20, 30 years and their offspring is good, right? But Beverly Hills, some of the prices that people are trying to sell, man, shit's about to drop. Because I already saw a sick ass house that was going for $19 million and it dropped to $14 million. That's a $5 million drop, man. And what's crazy is this guy bought the house in 2009 for $7 million. So it ain't like he's losing. I don't know. Figure it out, man. Donald Trump said he will not use the taxpayers' money to pay for Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's security detail. First of all, why the fuck would you pay for that? Fuck them. Okay? Because they've left Canada and now they don't have the funds, whatever. They don't have the royal family money. So they are asking our government to help pay for their security and shit because they're royal members of the family, whatever the fuck it is. And no, fuck you. And Donald Trump even said, nah, he's not gonna use the fucking money to pay for that shit, which is, I don't blame him, right? But let me say this. I got Forrest Gump stories for that ass always, all right? And now I got a Forrest Gump story for an actual member of the royal family. I know Meghan Markle for about 16 years now, right? Long ass time, maybe a little longer, okay? And my ties to her are even longer, right? I dated a chick back in 2002 to 2004, and she went to junior high school and high school with Meghan Markle, right? That high school was Immaculate Heart Catholic Girls School in Hollywood, California. Do you know who else went there? Yeah, my older sister, Jean. She went there for about almost 2 years, I think, when she stopped going to school in Boston. And I went there for 2 years for summer school. And summer school was lit. It was the only time the school was co-ed. And there was only like 2 or 3 guys in the class. It was all the fucking girls. I had bitches like crazy in there, right? So anyways, I had a blast there. But anyways, back to Meghan. She was super quiet, chill girl, real bubbly, outgoing, super nice and everything, right? And she wasn't doing shit really. She was like a wedding planner coordinator type shit. She was cute. She wasn't ugly, but she wasn't like, she definitely looks the best she's ever looked right now, right? She was just a regular LA chick, mixed, mulatto, half black, half white, you know. When I met her, she was married. She never talked about her husband. But and listen, I've never Googled, checked anything else. I don't give a fuck. I don't need to fact check nothing. I don't know. I know what I know of her. I don't need the news to tell me shit. I got it up in my brain. My memory is crazy. All right, so she was married, and she was a wedding coordinator, like I said, for my boy Robin Thicke. Yes, that Robin Thicke, signed to Star Trek. You know, the motherfucker had so many goddamn hits. Miles, what the fuck was the song? What's the song, man? What's the Robin Thicke song? The fucking one that him and Pharrell got sued by Marvin Gaye for. What's that? Come on, play that beat, man. What is it? Anyways, Robin Thicke's wedding was in Santa Barbara. And I went there, and obviously she was part of the planning and everything. And my boy Rich Skills was super tight with Robin. And my date for that wedding, I've known Robin Thicke since 1991, right? And we've always kept in touch. But my date to that wedding was another girl that I dated who was close to her. And they were close on their own friendship shit because she was like an actress, model, blah, blah, whatever. And I didn't even know Meghan was a part-time actress. But everyone in fucking LA that's semi-cute was a fucking actress at some point at this time before YouTube was even fucking really out there. All right. And when I broke up with the chick, I would see Meghan around town from time to time. You know, and she was just, again, just super fucking chill girl, nothing, whatever. And then many years later, Meghan Markle got on the show Suits. And then that's when her glow up happened, right? She glowed the fuck up. Or she glowed the fuck up, sorry. And, you know, she got some of her shit fixed. I mean, she didn't have no fucking major surgery or anything. She just, you know, she enhanced her attributes, right? Her natural. She did some minor changes. And I ran into one of my exes, like right when she was like dating Prince Harry. And I ran into my ex, the one that was friends with Meghan. And I was like, yo, man, you still keep in touch with her? That's fucking crazy, right? Like, what the fuck? What are the chances of that? And even some of my boys had worked with her on Suits. My boy was in a movie with her. And then my other homie was friends with her. There's a small world in LA, right? Especially in that acting shit. And every single one of them, these are just pleasant, chill people. And every single one of them was like, man, fuck that bitch. She turned out to be a fucking nightmare once she got some clout and she got some paper. She was on a somewhat hit show. And then now she's married into the royal family. That bitch is a princess. Okay. I don't know how the fuck this is all going to turn out. She's like, oh, fuck this and that, whatever. She's talked crazy shit about her dad during the royal wedding, talked about her mom, all kinds of other shit, all kinds of drama, all kinds of turmoil she had caused in the royal family. The Queen of England fucking hates her, Queen Elizabeth. And I don't know what the fuck is going on, right? But I just want to let you know that I'm a degree of separation away from everyone, all right? Listen, man, I got Forrest Gump for that ass. Period, motherfuckers. But that's it. Listen, before we go, I got to give my twin little angel nieces, Sydney and Zoe, a big, huge congratulations on getting into Vassar College and Barnard College. Barnard is a part of Columbia University. Uncle Ben is so proud of you guys. I love you so much. I can't believe I've been there since you were born. You guys are going to college. I'm so scared, but I'm so excited for you guys. I can't wait to visit you guys in New York. Lastly, if you didn't know, I'm working with Postmates to give away $50 of meals to 5 to 10 people a day every single day this week. Yes, I'm doing fucking some good out of my pocket. Postmates has helped me a little bit. So if you're doing bad, you got kids, you work in healthcare, drop me your email address, your Postmates account email address in the latest Instagram post. In the comments, I'll be choosing random people all week. It's the least that I can do to help anyone that's going through these tough times. All right. So check it out. That's all the time I got. I love you all. Please remember to always tell a friend about Behind the Baller podcast. And always remember to tell yourself, this is not your practice life. God bless. Lakey, take us out of here, fam.